This week, if you draw every day, you will be able to understand what makes a successful drawing, learn to create a variety of gesture and contour drawings, initiate work in your sketchbook, and demonstrate basic drawing techniques. Here are just some of the projects that you will be working on this week. This week, you will be introduced to basic drawing techniques and the perception of edges. You will learn about sketching, and you will be studying the element of line, including gesture, contour, cross contour, and blind contour. Please pause the video after each assignment is given and immediately complete it while the information is still fresh in your mind. Set a timer for 1 hour. You will be doing 3 drawings. If it takes you a bit longer than an hour, that is okay. Do the following on the first 3 pages of your sketchbook. Sit at arm's length from a mirror. You can sit in a chair or sit on the floor, but you have to look in the mirror and draw real time. Please do not use a photograph or graphing to do this portrait. When you finish, title, date, and sign the drawing in one of the lower corners. Think about someone you know, and to the best of your ability, make a drawing of that person. You can draw the head, half the body, or the entire body. Again, when you finish, title, date, and sign the drawing in one of the lower corners. Seat yourself at a table to draw. If you are right-handed, draw your left hand, and if you are left-handed, draw your right hand. When you finish, title, date, and sign the drawing in one of the lower corners. Start this video again once you've completed the pre-instruction drawings. Why did we ask you to draw someone from memory? Drawing from memory is an extremely difficult task, even for the trained artist. We asked you to do this task so that you can break some bad habits that you probably learned during childhood. Place the drawing from memory next to the self-portrait you completed. Compare your drawings and look for symbols that repeat themselves. Are the eyes similar in shape? What about the nose or the mouth? If you find similar shapes, then this indicates that you are using symbols that you may have learned when you were a child, instead of observing and marking the actual shapes in front of you. To be a successful artist, you must rely on your observational skills and practice to create visual representations of what you see. You will see a change in your ability to draw when your ability to see improves. Don't look at the 3 pre-instruction drawings again until the end of the month. Use the internet to find various photos of insects. Select an insect that interests you and isolate one area of this insect. Draw that section on a large scale in your sketchbook. If you were using a microscope, what would it look like? Let's start with line. Artists are known by their unique line qualities, and experts in drawings will base their authentication of artwork on line qualities. Set a timer for 5 minutes and fill a page or 2 in your sketchbook with many types of lines: fat and thin, short and long, heavy and thin, curvy and angular. Doodle to come up with a variety of line work that you might be able to use later. Grab a shoe from your closet or floor and draw this shoe 4 ways using different line work. You will notice that your shoe may not look three-dimensional, and that is okay right now. What we really want you to do is experiment with line styles and free your mind so that you will be able to learn to see like an artist. Now that you have warmed up and learned a little bit about line types, we will talk about some words and techniques that relate to line. These words will come up over and over in your endeavors to become an artist. How do we mark the edge of an object? One way we show the edge is through contour line. But before you start making more permanent marks on your paper, you need to learn a type of line called gesture. All artists use gesture to help with perception and speed while drawing. What is the difference between gesture line and contour line? Understanding the differences in these lines is incredibly important to your understanding of basic drawing skills. This industry depends on quick minds and talent. Learning how to use both and knowing when to use them will enable you to observe and relay visual information. Gesture drawings will help improve your drawing skills by forcing you to see movement as a single image, making you forget the bad habit of outlining all shapes in a drawing, helping you overcome your fear of blank pages, and helping you to become quicker at problem solving. Gesture lines are your first reaction to the subject matter. Gesture should take no longer than a minute to complete. These lines are loose and show little to no detail. Gestures are the beginning of all successful drawings. Pick 3 simple household objects and do 10 gesture drawings of them in your sketchbook. Do not worry about details. Stare at the objects and draw what you see as quickly as possible. Ask a friend or relative to pose in 3 simple actions. Set a timer for 30 seconds to 1 minute and gesture what you see in front of you. Cut 2 pieces of paper into various size strips. Fold, bend, and crush the strips and paste them to a 3rd piece of paper. Then do 3 gesture drawings of your paper line sculpture. This is how you should start every drawing you do, whether it is a person, place, or thing. Gesture drawing is good for your eye-hand coordination. It helps the right side of your brain to take over, which is exactly what you want to happen. You have started to perceive edges by allowing your hand to react to what you see. Drawing the edges of figures, objects, and other subject matter is called contour drawing. There are several types of contour lines that an artist will use on a regular basis while studying and rendering the subject matter. These are outline contour, blind contour, and cross contour. Outline contour is the line around the outer edge of a person or object, as well as the interior edges. How do you become well versed in the art of contour? A great way is by practicing blind contour drawings. These allow the artist to concentrate solely on the subject matter while continuing to draw. This technique is important for eye-hand coordination and is incredibly fun even for the professional artist. Notice how the artist is not looking at the paper while he is drawing the subject matter. This helps train the brain, eyes, and hands to work together. Let's look at the difference between this artist's outline contour and blind contour. How do artists show volume of an object using lines? We call this cross contour, and it is extremely helpful when trying to problem solve. Cross contour lines run across the form or around it to show its volume or to give it depth. This helps artists analyze the subject matter in 3-dimension. Are the edges hard to find? Close one eye when looking at what you want to draw. This takes away the 3rd dimension and makes it easier to find your edges. Use one piece of fruit and complete the following: 5 blind contour drawings of what you see. Make sure you are not looking at your paper. 3 outline contour drawings. 3 cross contour drawings showing the depth and volume of the fruit. Cut or tear the fruit in half so you can draw the inside details. Complete the following: 2 blind contours, 2 outline contours, 1 cross contour. For your portfolio, you will need to pick an object that interests you. Complete gestures of the subject matter along with 1 outline contour, 1 blind contour, and 1 cross contour. This will show us that you understand the differences between the types of drawings and how well you can use them to problem solve. Show us what you have learned this week. Don't tell us, show us. Make sure you are paying close attention to the edges of your subject matter. If you are still having trouble, use a transparent picture plane with a grid and place it directly on your hand. Close one eye and draw around the edges of your hand directly onto the transparency. You have just copied what you have seen, literally. Put the transparency on a piece of paper to see for yourself. You have now completed week 1. Hopefully you have learned a lot about the importance of observing and how to use line in your artwork. You are on your way to becoming an artist.